Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for House Kier. This is the newest primal encounter made available by patch 4.4 in Final Fantasy XIV, Prelude and Violet. I'm going to refrain from the flurry of puns today because after this fight, even I am starting to feel a little burned out. What can I say, it gets hard when you're as featherbrained as I am. My name is Mystek and I'll be your primal guide. Cremate is a heavy-hitting tank buster. Cooldown and heal through this damage as necessary. Eternal Flame will raise the 4 phoenix corpses scattered around the platform. These phoenixes will each fixate and tether to a damage dealer, hitting them with fire damage over time until they are destroyed. If a phoenix is not destroyed in time, it will cast Ashes to Ashes, exploding for high damage and applying debuffs on all players. This will probably result in a quick wipe. To handle this, you can stack all the phoenixes together in the middle and AoE them down as quickly as possible. Endless Summer is a large frontal cone towards a random player. Move out of this to avoid high damage and debuffs. Screams of the Damned will do raid-wide damage. Shield and heal through this as necessary. Phoenix Down will summon a number of scarlet plumes around the platform that will slowly begin to cast an explosion. You'll need to destroy one of the plumes to create a safe zone for the group. These explosions will also raise any phoenix corpses it hit with added HP buffs. Since you stacked up and destroyed all the phoenixes in the center, I would recommend destroying the center plumes so that no phoenixes are raised and you don't have to worry about them at all. If you do accidentally end up respawning some phoenixes, make sure you focus them down before they explode and wipe the raid. Eventually, the boss will return to the center and cast Eternal Flame again. This time, the phoenixes will fly away and the platform will begin to change, forming 8 circles around the center. Suzaku will then attempt to power up her Scarlet Melody attack by summoning orbs around the platform. Players will need to stop these orbs from getting into her by facing the direction of the arrow in their circles. You'll go through 7 waves of orbs before Suzaku casts her Scarlet Melody. Shield and heal through this as necessary. At this point, you'll notice that the platform has changed drastically. All players will have to be careful not to fall through the center or off the edge of the platform. Southern Star is a raid-wide AoE blast. Heal through this as necessary. Ruthless Refrain will knock back all players a set distance from the center. To avoid getting knocked off, position yourself in melee range. Phantom Flurry is a multi-hit tank buster on the main tank, followed immediately by a massive 180-degree frontal attack and knockback. All players will need to ensure that they are behind her to dodge this or they will die. Well of Flame is a large column attack in the direction of a random player. Move out of this as necessary. Eventually, the platform will change color and specific runes will appear on the edge of the platform. The phoenix will then begin to move around the outer edge. Anytime the phoenix hits a rune, its corresponding section of the platform will explode, dealing high damage and applying debuffs to anyone caught inside. To handle this, first identify which direction the phoenix is flying in and see what section will explode first. Then, position your character next to that section and wait for it to explode. Once it explodes, move into that section to safety. You'll have to handle another Well of Flame and another Ruthless Refrain knockback during this time. Once all 4 sections have exploded, the platform will return to normal. Next, the boss will cast Incandescent Interlude and 4 meteor circles will spawn around her. At the same time, all players will be marked for Rekindle AoE circles. Spread these apart to avoid overlap and make sure at least 1 player is inside each meteor circle to avoid extra damage and debuffs. Another tank buster and knockback to avoid, and then a number of AoE attacks to dodge. Eventually, the platform will change color again, but this time 2 sets of 4 runes each will form on the sides. This is handled in the same manner, but a bit faster. Players will need to identify the first rune to explode in each set and position themselves right next to it. Once it explodes, they can move in and hang out until the other 3 sections explode. The same mechanics will repeat while you're dodging these explosions. Once the phoenix goes through both rune sets, the platform will return to normal. At this point, you've seen every mechanic and you'll find them repeating until the boss is down. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.